Hey, today we're in post-production on Starfisher. Gonna give you an update. It's been longer than a day. It's been like a month. Let's go. Hey, how's it going? Anthony Ferraro, Crate Sci-Fi. Well, hello. It's been a minute. So if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, if you're new, welcome. So typically what I do on the channel, as you know, is I make the props and costumes primarily for the films that I'm making that year. For the past year, I've been making stuff for Starfisher. A few, random things here and there, but primarily that's the thrust. And then I shoot the film, I make the film, I edit the film, and then on the channel, I present you the film. However, so post-production is always a long slog. So if you follow my channel, you'll realize that about once a year when I'm working on my films, I kind of disappear for a month. And that's because of post-production. I'm editing, I'm doing VFX, I'm coordinated with the sound and music. So it's a lot of work. It's something that I'm passionate about, that I love. So that's what I've been doing. So now what I wanted to share with you is sort of where I'm at, check in, but also I wanted to check in with where you guys are at. So when I first launched this channel many years ago, too many years ago, I would do the props and costumes like you all enjoy, kit bashing. But I would also do videos about like, oh, I'm doing some After Effects visual effects. Here's some tips how to do that. I would do some editing tutorials. But with the channel as something that I'm trying to build into potentially, like a side hustle, a career, is there was never a good reaction, good sort of, what do I want to say, engagement with those videos. The people who enjoyed them, but as compared to blasters and kit bashing and things like that, it was like very low numbers. So I kind of took from that you guys really weren't interested in that kind of stuff. So it's been, like I said, it's been at least a year or two since I've done something where I'm in the office. So let me know if that's still the case. I can share with you my journey into Blender amidst AI. What's that about? I'm going to talk about that. And then editing, I've been editing, God, I hate to even say it, probably for like 20 years. So, I can share stuff with that. But anyway, let's get into where we're at with Starfisher, right? So right now, I've finished the principal photography. We're done editing. So I'll just, scrub through a little bit of this. Don't want to give away too much. Have some temporary VFX. There's yours truly. So now that picture's locked, I can start jobbing this out to Matthew, who's doing the music, and to Martine, who's doing the sound design, right? Because all that stuff takes a lot of time, and now that's happening in the background, right? So let's talk about AI, right? Because that's a thing. So you would think now at this point, I can just do all my spaceships and everything in AI. And let me just show you some examples of that. So here is kind of my first attempt at the creature when I was like, oh, this could be AI. And you'll see that's animated. That's very cool. Love that. Like, that's perfect. That would work. However, I have a script. I have beats. I have timing. I have certain plot points that have to move forward. So I have very specific things that I need. AI is more of like a roll of the dice. You can get some cool stuff, or when you see like on social media, these incredible like films and things like that, behind the scenes, it probably takes about 20 times to get something specific. And then, it could be less, could be more, but it averages out to at least 10 times per image. And then to get it consistent, there are ways to do that now where I could load up a photo and say, I want this carried on throughout all the scenes. But it's not good with like creatures because I'm in space. So it wasn't really working. And then I came up with a spaceship that I was really happy with. So it gave me a good idea of the design of the spaceship, and like, this is a pretty cool animation. That's great as that, but I have 26 VFX shots, and I need the ship and the creature to do specific things, and I need this ship to interact with another ship. And AI is not really there yet, which could be good news for some people, but also, so I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. Now, on my previous film, Wakener, I had, not a lot, but I had a budget for that. So I had a VFX team. You see videos on my channel about creating the Cthulhu, and Clint Carney, that you know from my channel, I work with him a lot. He's a great VFX guy. I was working with those guys. And on this film, Starfisher, which kind of ties into my book, I kind of willed this thing into existence. And I talk about that in my book, right? The momentum budget. It's like, I don't have any money, I'm going to write a script. I don't have any money, but I'm going to get people together on a Zoom call to read the script. All those people who read it are like, hey, when are we making this? And I say, 3 months. Then I have 3 months to figure out how to get the money, et cetera, et cetera. I think you'll remember on this one, I did the prop sale on eBay, which worked out good. And there's still stuff on there. If you want to help out, head over to eBay, grab one of those props that are for sale, because that money will go towards post. And then did some pickup shots, right, of these shots of me. On the day they were rushed, so we went back and reshot them. So that cost a little bit of money, right? But I didn't have the money for a proper VFX team. It's like editing. That's why I edit myself, because it's like editing is a long process. So that's why it gets expensive. So I absorb that cost myself. And then with the VFX on this, once I realized the AI wasn't going to work, I was like, I'm an After Effects user for a very long time. I'm like, okay, I need to learn Blender. So for the past month, I've been teaching myself Blender. Like, here's a spaceship shot. And it's pretty complicated, to be honest with you. But what's interesting about Blender is anytime you get stuck, whatever pops into your head that you're like, how do I move this thing here and make it tilt? You could Google it. And some dude, some lady has a video on how to do that. Now, that's time consuming. Like I said, I'm in a good place now because I've been doing this for almost a month. So I've pretty much got my shots and I'm working on them. But here, I can preview this one for you. And then rendering is like a whole thing, right? So what I'm doing now is I'm doing the VFX myself. So that's why I haven't been around on the channel making blasters and space jackets and kit bashing, because I'm doing this. So not to sound like a broken record, if you guys are interested in this sort of stuff, I'll put out videos on this. And also, I feel like a lot of channels I follow, just as almost reality shows, like I follow, a guy in the woods building a house with a chainsaw. I follow a girl that's remodeling a house. I follow a lot of car guys. And with those channels, I watch them every week. They put out a video every Friday or Saturday, but that's sort of like, because it's unfolding, this is what I did this week. So I've been toying with the idea, and please, tell me in the comments that maybe my channel becomes that. I have features that I'm trying to get made. I'm always having phone calls and meetings with that. So I could do a weekly, State of the Union, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm in post on Starfisher right now, so that's why it's been sort of quiet with the blasters and stuff, as I said. But let me know about that. So as far as where I'm at, I'm done editing. I'm doing the VFX, the spaceship shots. Sound is in the works. Music is in the works. Very excited about that. And then also, as far as the speed of my computer, if you're wondering, like VFX and things like that, I kind of have a hack that I can share with you. It's my book. Check out my book. There's a link below. This talks about what I was saying earlier, my momentum budget. Like, this doesn't tell you how to do VFX or how to make a film. It tells you how I make films with no budget. In the end, there is a budget, but the idea is that if you're waiting to get the budget for your film idea, it's never going to happen. It's going to be years. Well, it could happen, but it'll be years and years and years and years, right? Or 6 months, if you're younger, which can seem like years. So what I talk about is momentum. Momentum. Just kind of keep pushing forward and figuring it out as you go. And the Blender stuff, I love doing this stuff, but I don't know if you guys are interested in that. And there's no shortage of Blender tutorials. But what I can share with you, what I enjoy sharing on this channel, is how it pertains to the channel, right? So you see me doing this, and then you see, oh, Jesus, here's the film. I remember he was doing that. Some people enjoy that. I know I enjoy that. And also, I think where I'm at now, once I get my VFX locked in, and then there'll be some downtime where I'm waiting for sound and music, I think I have enough content now to put out the trailer, right? So I'll put together a trailer. So let me know if you want me to. I think when I did Erringer years ago, I went over how I made that trailer with you guys. And again, that stuff didn't do great, but that was a long time ago, and we have a bigger audience now. Maybe it's a different audience. So check that out. So yeah, that's, just basically a talking head. If you're still with me at the end here, I appreciate you. Check out my book. Go to eBay. There's stuff on there now, screen use stuff from my other films. All those purchases will go towards post-production on Starfisher. Anytime you buy one of those things on eBay, I throw in my book. And again, sorry, this was like a big State of the Union, kind of where things at, but I just wanted to share that with you guys, right? And last bit of kit that I'll share with you, I think when you're doing a no-budget film, to have always on hand is a picture of Arthur Fonzarelli. When you're working on no budget and people are doing things for favors or for less money than they typically charge, always be Fonzie. You're going to get on the call and they're going to say, oh, hey, man, I know you needed that on Friday, but I'm not done yet. Take a breath. Look at the picture. Hey, it's all good, man. On your own time. Always be Fonzie. So, I don't know. If you want a weekly video like this, and then if I am making a blaster, we'll do the blaster. Costumes, there'll be the next film. So, I don't know. I'm just sharing with you all making sci-fi, and this month has just been all about post-production. So sometimes I gotta go deep down into the cave to get it done. But I think it'll be worth it. I'm really happy with this film. It's pretty different, right? It still has the same look. It has the vibe of one of my films, but I'm trying new things in this as far as content and pacing and tone. So I'm really excited to share that with you. So, as always, check out the Patreon, check out the book, check out the eBay, subscribe, do all this stuff. But remember, I'm just here to help make sci-fi.
Hey, I'm just the avatar, but you might want to check out this video, maybe that video. For sure, subscribe if you haven't, and check out the merch. Buy some merch, that really helps. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the avatar.